On to the part of the Squarepants movie game. This time we're completing the fucking game by dealing with the actual final boss of the game, the final level, with Buckethead King Neptune here. Turntables on Plankton. I didn't show you the cutscene for this one. It's gonna play again here, don't worry. So, yeah, here's the cutscene when you start this boss fight, because it's important for the story and such.
Alright, Crabs. Time for you to die!
Not so fast, Plankton. I brought back King Neptune's crown, and I'm here to save Mr. Krabs.
Nice work, Spongebob. You made it all the way to Shell City and back. That's a heroic feat. Too bad it won't help. All hail, Plankton.
Hey, King Neptune already has a crown.
That's no crown, Patrick. It's one of Plankton's bucket hats. Plankton is controlling King Neptune.
That's right. And now I'll have the pleasure of removing you along with your friends. Neptune, I command you to kill SpongeBob! Kill SpongeBob!
And the fight begins. It's us versus King Neptune. So the way this works is on the first wave, we have to deal with dodging fire, all while knocking around these tables. And eventually he'll start going into laser mode. Now with laser mode we have to, avoid getting shot at, but this mode will be into a different kind of viewpoint in which we're going to be looking through his sight. See? And yeah, the tables will deflect the shots upward, but we want it to deflect right back at him to stun him essentially. How do we do that though? Well, simply put, we have to get all the tables knocked about until they're all in the correct spot, and then we have to go over to Krabs and have this guy shoot at Krabs to basically ricochet his shot all the way around the tables to hit back at him. After about, like, what was that, 8-10 shots though, he'll go back to this, normal path anyway, so not a whole lot of time, but enough time for you to actually, be ready for it, I guess. Ultimately though, I was not lucky enough to get there fast enough, and I kind of forgot a little bit, but yeah. Hide behind Krabs, and there you go. Of course, he's only stunned. To kill him, or attack him at least, we have to use our bubble attack. Rocket bubble attack in this instance. And yeah, the rocket will only deal half damage for one of those 3 bars there, so we have to do this twice. Also, if you get hit, it restarts in a way on, having to do this shit, so you can't get hit 3 times with this fire stuff. You can get hit during the laser thing, and that'll be fine. It's just the fire you can't. This is the easiest first half, honestly. But obviously it would be the easiest. However, the second part of this fight is the hardest fight. It's the hardest part of this fucking fight, honestly. And the reason for that is the attack that Neptune has. So here's the thing, Neptune will now do this. And this fucking sucks, because you're trying to, knock these tables around, which by the way, they're on the ground, so you can't quite jump and spin. They're too low to really make that work out for yourself. And you can't jump while spinning either. So, these have a big fucking radius, and the biggest issue comes down to the fact that you not only have to go, past the fucking spinning attack, but also over the ring that comes out from the middle. And, yeah, it's a little awkward. You gotta use double jump and such to make this work out. And if you're a bit too late or what have you, a bit too early, you can't quite get your aim right, you'll have to do a spin in the middle of the air to make it all work out for yourself. But, yeah. Good news, only this is twice before it gets to the laser mode. Bad news, this one does last longer than the fire, so it's still annoying to deal with. And not only that, but it's just the worst move that he has when it comes to, his attack. Because, again, you're trying to knock around those tables, and that shit really gets in the fucking way of knocking around those tables. And again, big radius. Like, yeah, eventually it will stop at this point, Like, it's not gonna take up the entire fucking level, which is good, but it's still big enough to where it takes almost all the tables with it, so you kind of have to make sure to put them in certain spots where he won't fucking touch the shit. And by the way, you know how I said beforehand, you know, about the cutscenes of the wave fights and such, how we missed that BFBB? This is the fight where they bring that back here. Yeah, it's not much. But now the floor's broken apart, the music has changed into the Goofy Goober rock song from the movie, and the spitters are here. Also, his move has changed once more. It's got rid of the spinning stuff, but it still has the rings. The rings are not a problem though, those are not that hard to get past. However, it's these fucking spitters that are now the issue. In fact, these spitters might just be the hardest version of themselves, because they are kind of tanks here. To give you a comparison to why, with their spit, it takes about 3 or 4 of their spit to kill them. With your uppercut, it takes 2 uppercut explosions to kill. So, yeah, they are really tanky on how much health they have. They will fuck you up easy. And you kind of want to get rid of them because they will also, you know, get in the way of your rocket shot. Because, you know, that has to be a thing now, because your bowling ability can't quite reach Neptune there with his head. So, yeah. Annoying enemies there. They're the worst. Also, Patrick's voice is still in the music, because it's hard the music. But, yeah. Kill those enemies, and then it's just Neptune, which this shit's easy, and you'll notice it's twice, so yeah, it's the same thing as the second wave. And, yeah. Ultimately, this would be an easier fight than the second wave, very, very much, if not for the spitters. The spitters not only make this go on longer, they are a nuisance here. Also, around this song, that would be where Plankton says that, honestly. But yeah, just these spitters are assholes in this fight, and I hate them. But again, it's not the second wave where Neptune's attack is just such shit. You can still work around the enemy, even with all this shit going on, to an extent. The only issue is when you have to shoot your rocket ability. At that point, these spitters do get in the way there. But the tables, no, the tables are easy with this. But, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of these enemies, at least one of them. And yeah, as you just saw, the uppercut didn't do shit. And yeah, see, just doesn't end there. However, this fight is defo going to end here, because I'm going to hit this rocket right now, and we are going to finally beat Neptune, and finally beat this game.
Oh!
And there you go. So now, enjoy the ending cutscene. That's our final token, by the way. And yeah, that's it.
Kill him! Kill him, you idiot! Idiot? No, idiot. French for handsome man. Eugene Krabs, it looks like you were innocent the whole time. Oh well, that's why pencils have erasers. And now to thank the brave heroes who recovered my crown and saved Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob and Patrick, you have performed a manly deed.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Mindy. I've learned a few things about myself. I may be a dork and a wingnut.
And a knucklehead McSpazitron.
Yes, but more importantly, I'm a kid, and I like being a kid. I'm just glad that everything is back to normal.
And so ends the most heroic tale ever told in Bikini Bottom. And as the sun sets over the island paradise above the waves, we must stop and wonder, how long until the sequel? Depends on the box office. Now go outside and get some sun. You look awful pale.
And that's the regular ending. But we've 100% the game now, which means that the game has decided to give us our 100% ending special with this. And that's it. That's the game. Now, I would go on and play the credits and end it from here and such, but I'm gonna skip the credits for now because we got some extras to look into first before we, end this. By the way, it will bring you to no cheese once you are done, so yeah, we're now back here. But yeah, that is the game. We have done everything in Spongebob Squarepants the movie game. So, what are the extras? Well, obviously the extras will involve the cutscenes, and they will also involve trailer clips, because, it's based on the movie, they gotta have trailers in this from the movie. But they also have costumes, they also have artwork, and they also have voice line stuff. And cheats as well. So, yeah. We'll be looking through some of the costumes, we'll be looking through the artwork. We're not really going to look through the, oh, by the way, if they have unique costumes, costumes do not work. They will only work when you are having normal SpongeBob. They will also only work if you restart the level, essentially. So if you're still in the level, the costumes they currently have and such stay. They don't get, changed. So yeah. Anyway, while I will turn out the cheats, I won't show them. You can find the cheats and such yourself online. Someone actually did go through and show off everything of that shit, as well as all the behind-the-scenes stuff. But yeah, that's really it. Here are some voice lines, by the way, of the bad guys, which are in the game.
I am the trash compactor!
I think I'm gonna... Oh, geez.
Oh no, not again.
Service with a smile? I'll show you service with a smile. You want fries with that?
Want a pet, Mr. Whiskers?
Yeah, a lot of lines here for basically joke characters, and the fucking granny boss. But yeah, after those two video clips, it's just, the cutscenes from the game. After those trailers, it's just all the stuff you've already seen from there. Then there's some more artwork, which all the artwork is nice and such. It also shows costumes that aren't even in this game. So that's interesting. Some of this artwork, I believe, is actually artwork that was made for the movie. Like concept art for the movie. Not so much concept art for the game. Though there, I believe, is concept art for this game at some point anyway. Like, that one's definitely, like, a thing from the movie. These ones definitely are. But, yeah, some of this shit like that one there is just like maps and such for the game. So, yeah, some interesting shit here for both the movie and this game. Now here's some more sounds.
Fish sticks! Barnacles! Are we there yet? I have to go to the bathroom!
Watch out for the tongue! Ah! What is this thing?
I will say it has been many years since I've actually seen the movie, so a bit hard for me to remember how the movie really went overall, but I remember it being a good movie. It's just too bad it also led to essentially the Dark Age of SpongeBob. That was a fun time, huh? Anyway, some more fun sounds.
I just found a french fry under the seat. Here comes the paint train! Chugga, 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 chugga. Woo! Goofy, goofy, goober, goober, yeah! Yummy! Who left this here?
Talk about pretty rock formations, Patrick. This one's a beaut. The power of music! Metal forged by the power of rock!
Yeah, a lot of these sounds were just like small talk from the game, so it's kind of weird. Also, here's some more shit.
It started out as a simple order, a Krabby Patty with cheese. I've never heard a sound so fine as the sound of money in your pocket. Strange. It's too quiet, like just before the Great Chum Famine of '58. Arr! Pirates and fiends I smell! You're a mystery, SpongeBob. Mr. Squidward!
It's funny that Krabs even had many lines in this one because, you know, he wasn't in the game at all due to being frozen and shit. Seriously, like, there are a good amount of lines that are only being played in this fucking menu when you pause the game and shit, or here in the extras. He only had like 2 lines otherwise in the game. Next.
How much of a man do I have to be? The manliness has landed. Goal! Yeah, we are the manliest of men. Yeah, don't be such a wimp.
Now I am the master. Ooh, these just ooze macho. Back you!
Oh, you thought we're done with all the sound effects at this point? Fuck no, we got these ones next, baby, with Mindy.
I'm so proud of you. No. I think that's the desert next to this one. Well, hello there, SpongeBob. Hello, Patrick. SpongeBob! Thank Neptune. I mean, Dad. Where have you guys been? Then what about the hopelessness? The weeping? Come to prove you're a manly man?
There were a lot more voice lines of Mindy and such in this game, but they're kinda not giving us all the voice lines, only select ones that they chose, and they kinda also cut some from those voice lines too. Anyway, next up we have SpongeBob.
Oh my gosh, 8 o'clock! I am late for work! Mr. Krabs is gonna kill me! Oh. Mr. Krabs. Plankton may have taken over Bikini Bottom, but there is no way I'll let him take over this barren patch of dirt in the middle of nowhere. Ugh, ice cream makes me dizzy. In your face! Freeing Bikini Bottom, one hapless soul at a time. Somehow I have the feeling I'm being watched. Well, they may be bugs, but they sure can dance.
There you go, SpongeBob. Again, not that much of him. And afterwards, we also have Patrick.
I have some navel lint. Well, after hours, the Goofy Goober sure is a lot less goofy. Big breath of doom! Whoa! Thingy go boom! SpongeBob, stop catching his knives with your face. Must reach cup holder. Maybe we shouldn't have stopped to spend our gift certificate to Dean's International Shop of Dried Fish Flakes and Flowers.
That is such a weird line. Again, that was the line that we had that cut out when we failed the last Krabby Patty level. But yeah, it's just really fucking weird. I don't know why they had that happen. Anyway, here's one more voice line thing of Plankton.
No, idiot. French for handsome man. Stop that! Your chops are too righteous! Citizens of the Blanktopolis are commanded to seize Serenity, SpongeBob, and Patrick immediately should they be seen, or heard, or smelled. Nothing can stop me now. Hey, sponge fool, why don't you just give up? There's no one left to help you. No one left at all. Stupid kid. First Blanktopolis and then the world. And then I'll destroy all of you. Come on, Patrick. It's so much nicer with a bucket helmet. You don't have to worry about hurting yourself thinking anymore. Attention! Citizens of Blanktopolis are to report any sightings of a big pink idiot and a square yellow knucklehead McSpazzatron immediately.
And that's all of them, really. And yeah, Plankton had a good amount of lines too, even though, you know, he didn't really show up much in the game either. But yeah. This is, you know, a lot of the shit you're seeing right now is stuff that was just kind of from the, you know, the original game this shit was using its enemies and such from Battle for Bikini Bottom. This is essentially the sequel to that. I'm now going to show off the rest of the costumes before we get into the credits, but yeah, there are some interesting costumes I can show off at least. Like, for instance, Patrick as Elvis. You know, Disco Patrick. It's a cool outfit, honestly. There's also real-life SpongeBob, which is, you know, the actual sponge that you would see in the Shell City cutscene thing when he's almost dying. And also Naked Patrick. Naked Patrick. Naked Patrick. Anyway, that's it. So, that is SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie game. And I like it. But obviously, it's not as good as Battle for Bikini Bottom. It is very obviously just kind of a very It's very much just a reused game that was edited to, you know, market the movie. Of course, it's not a bad game. It's obviously not a bad game. There are good merits to this. It's just very obvious that it's just Battle for Bikini Bottom, but changed to fit with the movie structure. Of course, by doing that, it is a lesser game than Battle for Bikini Bottom, and not only that, a lot of the downfalls Battle for Bikini Bottom had, this game ended up having because of the fucking linearity of itself. Battle for Bikini Bottom was more free-flowing, so its shortcomings weren't very obvious. But they sure fucking were here in this one. And, yeah, it's just... It kind of showcased how Battle for Bikini Bottom was special, essentially, for what it did. Because what they did worked in that game, whereas what they did here with this one didn't work, really. But again, it is one of the better SpongeBob games, so it's not really a downward spiral there. And believe it or not, there's a third game that uses this very engine, because Heavy Iron would come back years later to make one more SpongeBob game, and they essentially kind of just make an updated version of the BFBB engine and all with that one. It was Truth or Square. Will I end up doing Truth or Square? Probably. Because I might as well end the trilogy, I guess, of this shit of Heavy Iron. But for now, that's it for this. Thank you for watching, everybody. And I will see you all next time for a new Let's Play. See you then, everyone.